I have said this multiple times, that throughout the past few years, I felt like nobody liked me. And when I met a bunch of Christians, they all told me, God loves you. But that did not make me feel good. It felt like cope. I felt like Christianity is a cope. You're like, boo-hoo, nobody loves me. Oh, it's okay because I'm gonna create an imaginary figure, call it God, and say, oh, God loves me, so it's okay. I don't need you to love me. God loves me. I'm okay the way I am. That was the energy I got from it. That being a Christian is essentially coping. But do I still think it's a cope? Well, yes, for the most part. And most of the time, this is a cope. And I need to explain why. You see, you have to ask yourself, why does God love you? Well, I always used to think it's because we are all God's children, and that there's some kind of parental love in there, that God created us and God loves what He has created. God has given us hands and legs and stuff. And so you're like, wow, I have hands, I have legs, I have all those body parts. I love myself for this. I have been created for a reason. Therefore, I love myself. But I have later learned in a hard way that this is misuse of God's love. Oh, I have hands and legs. Misuse. We are all God's children. Also misuse. God loves us no matter what. Plain misuse. Parental love doesn't exist all the time. You see, some parents don't love their children. Think of alcoholics that had too much fun in the bedroom and did not use a condom. Thinking that, oh, you were created for a reason, is pretentious. You were created simply because your parents forgot to put on a condom. God also created angels and demons, but God doesn't love them as much as humans. So, why does God love you? Well, I have realized that the reason why God loves you and why God loves people is because God created people in God's image. Not just that God created people, but God created people in God's image specifically. But what does it mean? What does God's image mean? Well, a lot of people claim that God is love. God is a God of love. And so, the reason why God loves you is not because He gave you hands and legs. It's not because He made us His children or whatever. The reason why God loves you is because He gave you the ability to love everyone the same way God loves everyone. And so the only thing that matters is how much you love others and how much you benefit others. Oh, I love myself because I am smart and attractive. Cope. Misuse of love. I love myself because I choose to love others as well. That is the right way to go about it. And you see so many Christian people that do not care at all about loving others and benefiting the world around them. They are like, oh, I am a righteous man, and it's priests that molest children, and then they are like, Father, forgive me. They pray all the time, even though they are horrible people, and they are like, oh, God loves me, I am such a righteous man. That is why it's cope most of the time, or at least a lot of the times. Why it becomes misuse of love. And I have to admit that this is something I myself struggle with. I don't molest children, I want to make that clear, but what do I base my own worth on? You see, I am really passionate about entertainment. I have said this multiple times. I love watching movies and TV series, and when I watch movies and TV series, I see characters. And what makes a character a good character? Well, the character has to be entertaining. The more a character can hook the audience, the better. And I like to imagine that this world is like a soap opera viewed in an alternate universe. And I am a character in that universe, entertaining that alternate audience. Which is why I base my own worth on how entertaining I am. The things I do, the things I say, I base my worth on how funny, charismatic and badass I am. This is because it makes me happy. This is something that makes me happy. But I have understood that the problem with this is that even though it makes me happy right now, will it make me happy in the future? When I will lay there on my deathbed, I will be bald, have a long beard and look like a samurai. My whole life will flash before my eyes. What will I think at that moment? I will be like, man, I was such a badass character. I'm gonna rewatch my own life in that alternate universe. There will be a YouTube video in there titled Matthew being badass for 8 minutes straight. Matthew being the best character for 10 minutes straight. And there will be a comment saying, my favorite part was when Matthew said, it's Matthew time, and Matthewed all over the place. I will see all of that and I will think, I was such a good character. And then I will realize, no one else gave a shit. The only one in this world that cared about how entertaining I was me. No one else cared. What everyone else cared about is what kind of impact I had on them. That is the only thing that will matter in the long run. And this is one of the reasons why I made this New Year's resolution to do my best to be a good person. Now, I don't want to stop with the whole being an entertaining character thing because it makes me happy, it gives me joy, and that kind of stuff. But I realized that I cannot rely on that. I have to prioritize putting my worth on what I do to others, because that will matter. And putting my worth on the things I say and do myself, it's something I do for myself, for my soul, for my own personal happiness. That's kind of what I have realized.